In a world that often measures worth by physical ability or outward appearances, the story of Kevin and Kim stands as a testament to the power of love, determination, and the human spirit. Their journey is one of triumph over unimaginable challenges, a love that defies obstacles, and a moment of pure, breathtaking surprise that would leave an indelible mark on everyone who witnessed it. This is the story of how Kevin, a man confined to a wheelchair by a rare and devastating condition, worked tirelessly to give his fiancée, Kim, a wedding day she would never forget, a day that would prove that love is indeed a drug capable of giving us the strength to achieve the impossible. A life altered by fate. 13 years ago, Kevin's life took a dramatic turn. At the time, he was a vibrant young man, full of dreams and ambitions. He was an avid soccer player, known for his quick feet and infectious enthusiasm on the field. But one fateful day, during a routine match, a tackle went wrong. Kevin fell hard, his leg snapping under the impact. What seemed like a standard injury quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. The pain didn't subside, and soon, Kevin was diagnosed with reflex sympathetic dystrophy, RSD, also known as complex regional pain syndrome, CRPS. RSD is a rare neurological disorder that causes severe, chronic pain, often triggered by trauma. For Kevin, the pain was relentless, radiating from his injured leg and spreading like wildfire through his nerves. The condition baffled doctors, who described it as one of the most severe cases they had ever seen. Kevin's leg, once a source of strength and freedom, became a prison of agony. Despite countless treatments, medications, nerve blocks, and experimental therapies, the damage was irreversible. After months of grueling hospital visits and consultations with specialists, the verdict was devastating: Kevin's leg could not be saved. Amputation was the only option to stop the spread of pain and infection. The surgery was a turning point, but not in the way Kevin had hoped. At just 22 years old, he faced a new reality: life in a wheelchair. The world he had known, running across green fields, dancing at parties, climbing stairs without a second thought, was gone. For many, this would have been the end of hope, but Kevin was different. Even in his darkest moments, he clung to gratitude. He was alive, he told himself. He could still smile, still laugh, still love. And that was enough. A light in the darkness. Kevin's resilience was remarkable, but it wasn't until he met Kim that his life truly began to transform. Kim Didway was a woman whose warmth and kindness seemed to light up every room she entered. She worked as a nurse at the hospital where Kevin was a frequent patient, visiting every 2 months for checkups and pain management. Their first meeting was unremarkable by most standards, a routine appointment where Kim assisted with his paperwork. But there was something about her gentle smile and the way she looked at him, not with pity, but with genuine curiosity, that stayed with Kevin long after he left the hospital that day. Over the next few months, their paths crossed repeatedly. Kevin, with his ever-present grin and quick wit, made Kim laugh during his appointments. He'd joke about the hospital food or tease her about her clipboard obsession. Kim, in turn, found herself looking forward to his visits, drawn to his unshakable optimism despite his circumstances. One day, after a particularly grueling session, Kevin mustered the courage to ask her out for coffee. To his surprise and delight, she said yes. Their first date was nothing short of magical. They sat at a small cafe, the kind with mismatched chairs and the smell of roasted coffee beans in the air. Kevin was nervous, his hands fidgeting with the wheels of his chair. But Kim put him at ease, her laughter filling the space between them. She didn't see the wheelchair, she later told him. She saw him, his heart, his humor, his strength. That night, as they talked for hours about their dreams, their fears, and their favorite movies, Kevin knew he had found something extraordinary. Kim felt it too. It was love at first sight, a connection that felt like it had been written in the stars. A love that defies. Kim and Kevin's relationship blossomed quickly. They were inseparable, spending evenings watching sunsets, sharing quiet moments at home, and dreaming about a future together. Kim never saw Kevin's wheelchair as a barrier. The important thing is the soul of the person, not the physical, she would say, her eyes sparkling with conviction. His heart has more weight than any limb he lacks. For Kim, Kevin's disability was just a part of his story, not the whole of it. She admired his courage, his refusal to let RSD define him, and the way he faced each day with a smile that seemed to defy the pain he carried. Kevin, for his part, was in awe of Kim. She was his anchor, his reason to keep pushing forward. Her love gave him a strength he hadn't known he possessed. Within months of dating, they knew they wanted to spend their lives together. Kevin proposed on a quiet evening by the lake, the water reflecting the golden hues of the setting sun. He had spent weeks planning, nervous about getting it right. With a simple ring in hand, he looked into Kim's eyes and said, "You've made me believe in miracles. Will you marry me?" Tears streamed down Kim's face as she nodded, pulling him into a hug that felt like home. The engagement was a whirlwind of joy, but Kevin had a secret plan brewing in his mind. He wanted their wedding day to be more than just a celebration of their love. He wanted it to be a moment that would take Kim's breath away, a testament to the strength she had given him. He wanted to stand for her, to walk toward her, to show the world, and himself, that love could move mountains. The secret plan. Kevin's condition made his dreams seem impossible. The amputation and RSD had left him reliant on his wheelchair, and years of physical therapy had yielded little progress in terms of mobility. But Kevin was determined. He reached out to a physiotherapist named Drive, Elena Martinez, a specialist known for her work with amputees. He explained his goal: to stand at his wedding, to take even a few steps with the help of a bone-anchored prosthesis. Dr. Martinez was honest with him. The process would be grueling, painful, and uncertain. The prosthesis would require months of training to use, and Kevin's RSD could complicate things, causing flare-ups of pain that could derail his progress. But Kevin's resolve was unshakable. "I'm doing this for Kim," he told her. "I want her to know what she means to me." For the next 8 months, Kevin threw himself into the challenge. He kept his training a secret from Kim, telling her he was attending routine medical appointments or support group meetings. In reality, he was at Drive Martinez's clinic 3 times a week, enduring hours of physical therapy. The prosthesis was a marvel of engineering, anchored to his bone to provide stability, but learning to use it was a battle. Every step was a test of endurance, his muscles straining, his nerves screaming with phantom pain. There were days when he wanted to give up, when the pain was so intense he could barely speak. But then he would think of Kim, her smile, her laughter, her unwavering belief in him, and he would push through. Dr. Martinez became more than a therapist. She became a cheerleader, a confidant, and a friend. She saw the fire in Kevin's eyes, the love that drove him to keep going. "You're not just doing this for Kim," she told him one day, as he took a shaky step across the room. "You're doing this for yourself, too. You're proving what you're capable of." Kevin nodded, sweat dripping down his face. He wasn't just learning to walk again, he was reclaiming a piece of himself that RSD had stolen. The wedding day. The day of the wedding arrived, a crisp autumn afternoon bathed in golden light. The venue was a charming outdoor garden, adorned with white roses and twinkling fairy lights. Friends and family gathered, their faces glowing with anticipation. Kim looked radiant in her ivory gown, her eyes sparkling with joy as she walked down the aisle, unaware of the surprise awaiting her. Kevin sat at the altar in his wheelchair, his heart pounding. He had practiced for this moment, but the stakes felt impossibly high. What if he fell? What if the pain was too much? He pushed the doubts aside, focusing on Kim's face, the love in her eyes anchoring him. The ceremony began, the priest's voice warm and steady as he guided the couple through their vows. Kevin and Kim exchanged promises, their words filled with love and commitment. Then came the moment Kevin had been waiting for. The priest paused, turning to the guests. "Please rise," he said, his voice carrying over the crowd. The guests stood, and all eyes turned to the couple at the altar. Kim reached for Kevin's hand, expecting him to remain seated as always. But then, slowly, deliberately, Kevin gripped the arms of his wheelchair and pushed himself up. A gasp rippled through the crowd. Kim's eyes widened, her breath catching in her throat. With the help of the prosthesis and a cane, Kevin stood, his legs trembling but his resolve unbreakable. He took a step toward Kim, then another, his eyes locked on hers. Tears streamed down her face as she realized what was happening. This was no ordinary moment. This was Kevin, defying the odds, standing for her, for their love. The crowd erupted in applause, but for Kevin and Kim, the world faded away. There was only the two of them, standing together at the altar. Kim threw her arms around him, sobbing into his shoulder. "I can't believe you did this," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. Kevin smiled, his own eyes misty. "I wanted this day to be the best of our lives," he said. "You make me feel like anything is possible. A love that inspires." The moment was captured on video, a testament to the power of love and determination. Friends and family wiped away tears, their hearts full as they witnessed a moment of pure, unfiltered joy. Kevin's surprise wasn't just about standing, it was about showing Kim, and the world, that love could overcome any obstacle. It was about proving that the human spirit, fueled by love, could achieve the impossible. In the days that followed, the video of Kevin and Kim's wedding spread across social media, touching hearts around the globe. People were moved by Kevin's resilience, by Kim's unwavering love, and by the beauty of their story. Comments poured in, with strangers sharing how the couple's journey inspired them to face their own challenges, to believe in love, to keep fighting. For Kevin and Kim, life after the wedding was a new chapter, but their love remained the same, fierce, unyielding, and boundless. Kevin continued his physical therapy, determined to keep pushing his limits. Kim remained by his side, his partner in every sense of the word. Together, they faced the challenges of RSD, the hospital visits, the moments of pain. But they also celebrated the joys, quiet evenings at home, laughter with friends, and the knowledge that they had each other. Their story is a reminder that love is more than a feeling, it's a force, a drug capable of giving us the strength to achieve everything we set out to do. For Kevin and Kim, it was the strength to stand, to walk, to love without limits. And for those who hear their story, it's a call to believe in the impossible, to hold fast to hope, and to cherish the love that makes life truly extraordinary.